Let's build on that Instagram specifically. So say you know your avatar. What is the next step?
First step is knowing that person. And then I think the second thing is loudly proclaiming it, right? And how we do that is working through what I call 4 pillars. Lots of people will talk to you about pillars of content, and I will do my best to break it down very simply. But when I say being really loud about it, whoever that ideal client is for you, my bio, if that's what I was going to do, and I was again going to go start selling real estate tomorrow, my bio would literally say that I'm the fit wife of a medically retired Army guy serving the military wife community, or like the fit military wife community. I might even put the fit word in there first, right? Like that would literally be my I help statement, because that's who I am, right? Those are my people. And the most important thing to know about that statement is that when I consume an Instagram account and I'm scrolling aimlessly on the platform, if I see a bio like that, I'm instantly intrigued, right? I'm like, who is this person? Like, what? Whereas if all I did in my bio was say that I was a military wife, I had a son, and I really loved coffee, right? Like there's no context to like, why would I continue to consume this page, or why would I start following this account? And so that's your gatekeeper, right? Your bio really is your gatekeeper for how anyone will ever even consume the rest of your content. And this is important, right? Because we're dealing with the generation of instant gratification, and I'm not the first person you guys are hearing say that. But you guys have maybe 3 to 5 seconds to make someone actually care about what's happening on your account. And it's that fast, right? So then that ties into your pillars, and the way your content is perceived and even produced for that matter. So if I go on your content, or if I look at your grid and a lot of your content is not sized properly, that's one problem, right? Which, like, if your content's cut off, the square's not sized out properly, it looks lazy, in my opinion, as a consumer. And I'm not the only person that would say that as a consumer. And then secondly, if it's nothing but a bunch of work, right? If it's real estate, you already lost me. And then the third thing, this is important too, and there's a lot of this going on in the industry right now, and it's honestly really sad, but everything is these overly polished videos, right? You're like sitting at your desk with like a podcast mic, and then you have like these big bold letters just like popping out at the screen to like talk about what you're talking about in the video. And in theory, those are great videos, and I'm not saying don't do them. What I am saying is, if that's all you're doing, that's a problem, right? Because I'm not actually seeing who you are as a person. I'm not actually seeing a brand, right? Every single one of the clients that we work with has a actual brand associated to their name, in addition to killer content in really high value videos like what we see, or what I was just describing. So by no means am I trying to call anybody out. I'm simply making a comment of, it can't be all of one or all of the other. And it also can't be all personal, right? If it's nothing but personal content and I don't even know what you do for a living, then that's its own problem. So that ties into the 4 pillars. I'll just rattle them off very quickly. But pillar number 1 is lifestyle content. So lifestyle is anything from your camera roll. It is pictures of you and your wife and your kid and your dog, and it's a funny reel of you doing a dance with your son or your daughter, or it's a dance recital. Like, it is just life, right? I'm a huge fan and have a big testimony towards this, because the relationships that I've been able to build by being very genuine and authentic in what I'm going through in my own life has made me more money than anything else, right? So lifestyle content is very, very important. And it is a very big chunk of your content monthly. So that's your personal pillar. And then the other 3 pillars are work or business related. So you're going to have a value series pillar. Value series is one very specific topic that you break down into 5 individual sub questions. Each of those 5 sub questions is a video. So that's how you get 5 videos out monthly on your account. And a great example is, if you're familiar with the VA space or the veteran space, or active duty clients, BAH just got raised, right? So the basic housing allowance just got raised for most bases across the country, but that dramatically impacts the buyers or those of us in the military community and our buying power, right? So if that's your ideal client, then there's a value series. You could break that one thing down and create 5 videos around that one very specific conversation. And now you have an entire series for the entire month versus every video. You're like, what do I talk about now? What do I talk about now? Like it just becomes a ping pong game. And that's when people stop producing content. So that's pillar number one on the business front. Pillar number two is obviously testimonies or testimonials as a whole. I love video testimonials. I ask for them from my clients all the time. I think it's very important. And if you're not doing it, you need to. If you are not sending an email out offering a $10 gift card to Baskin Robbins or Starbucks or whatever it is in exchange for one, do it, because they work and people want free gift cards. So do it, right? And if they are clients of yours and they had a good experience, they will give it to you. It's a lot better than relying on Google reviews or Zillow reviews, which are valuable by all means, but they're not as powerful without question. And then the third business pillar is dependent upon the agent, really. But most agents, this is going to be your listing or somewhere along the home buying pendulum pillar, right? So you're showcasing transactional history, something that just went under contract, you have a new listing, you have an open house coming up. And if you're a really high producing agent like you yourself, Matt, or like your team, then that would be a carousel post. So instead of just every few days you're posting another one, just put one of them in one big carousel post, do that once a week. And it creates this, here's one post with, and carousels are great. Instagram loves carousels. And it allows you to get them all in one shot and doesn't detract from all of the other pillars that we just talked about. The alternative to that pillar or the testimonial pillar, depending on who you are, is a small business spotlight or charity spotlight of some kind. Lots of agents are very involved in their community, and this is a huge one, right? So if that's something that you want to be known for, doing a charity or a small business spotlight, or a giving back type pillar where you're showcasing that you're the sponsor of the Little League baseball team or whatever it might be, is huge. But the biggest thing with that, or the caveat, is go there. Like if you're promoting a small coffee shop, do a video in the coffee shop, take a picture of you ordering a cup of coffee in the coffee shop and share that, not just a Googleable or a Googleable image.
Love it.